and welcome. It is Annick, your favorite nutritionist, personal trainer, and wellness coach. Today, I'm going to share my screen with you and go through a mini lesson. It's a recap from one of my favorite lessons I work with my clients on when if your focus is on weight loss or muscle building, this is for you, especially if you've been struggling to move your weight to a level that makes you feel comfortable and satisfied. So bear with me. I'm going to share my screen, hang out, and let's see if I can pull this up for you in the nick of time. Look at that. Okay. The hunger and satiety scale. Why is that important? Well, think about it this way. You have tried to lose weight or change your body weight probably a lot of times, too many to count over the past decade, yes or no? If you answered yes and you're still here, you will love this message even more. So you've been struggling. You've been trying to get from A to B, and you haven't been seeming to get there. So what this is about is helping you skill up in a specific way that you can identify your body's cues more efficiently so that you make better executive level decisions when it comes to your health and your diet. Because in life, you're going to have many ups and downs and chaos. And what I feel I love my clients and community to have as a takeaway, as a skill set, are the skills required to operate throughout any time. Okay? So buckle up. You can grab a pen and paper if you want and take notes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you are already losing weight and loving the content, you're loving the community. And if you've shopped with us or want to shop with us, check out www.mygreenbalance.com. We've got recipes for you that will help you on your weight loss journey, as well as hoodies, sweaters, yoga mats, and lots more. All right. Usually I have a food journal template as well. If you've worked with a nutritionist before, you would have been given a food journal, and that helps us keep you accountable because many times you're eating things and have no idea what or how much you're consuming. That is the average person. So for starters, you want to be accountable. Record everything in detail. After that, we want to identify using this scale that you can see here right in front of us. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to identify every time you eat or consume a beverage, a meal, a snack, you want to give it a number rating. Okay, we want to see how you feel on a metric scale. For example, I want you to now imagine yourself at a time in your life where you've been ravenously starving, hungry, and what that feels like. Was your stomach growling? Did you feel to faint? Did you do a fast? Have you tried water fast, juice fast? Do you know what starving feels like? So that is a number one. Now imagine out of 10, you're extremely stuffed, you're nauseous, you are so full, you've eaten so much, you feel nauseous, sick, almost disgusted with yourself. That is what extremely stuffed feels like. You might have been there before, and it's totally fine. I'm not here to judge, but that is what it feels like, okay? I want you to see the contrast from one side of the scale to the other side of the scale in two extremes. That is human biology, okay? My goal as your coach is to help you identify more clearly and concisely how to stay in a healthy range, a more balanced range, so that you don't have these extreme dips that almost come across a bit erratic and unstable. We like stability here at My Green Balance, and we really respect stable, consistent effort. Okay, and that it comes with your meal prep also. All right, so number two, we'll go through the scale together so you can visualize and identify better so that you can make better decisions moving forward. Again, this is a non-judgmental space. We're not here to judge you, we're here to help and to help you have the right tools that you need to take the steps necessary to take care of yourself. So, number two, you're very hungry, low energy, weak, dizzy. Three, uncomfortably hungry, distracted, irritable. Four, you're hungry, your stomach is growling. Five, you're starting to feel hungry. Six, you're satisfied, but you could eat a little more. Seven, you're full, but you're not uncomfortable. Eight, you're overfull, somewhat uncomfortable. Nine, you're very uncomfortable. And 10, like we said, extremely stuffed and nauseous and ugh, you feel yucky. Okay, so nobody wants to feel yucky around here. So you want to avoid going to feel yucky. And unless you're doing a fast and practicing intermittent fasting, we don't recommend you ever get to that one starving level for health because then you make dumb decisions. And that's like going shopping on an empty stomach. If you go shopping on an empty stomach, you end up filling up your cart. Like I've seen this tried and tested over hundreds of participants who I have studied in depth, right? And I mean, I used to be guilty of this like 15 years ago before I got my degree. So I understand what that's like from like a long time ago. So no judgment, no pressure. But now, with the right education, knowledge, and skill set, it's a lot easier to navigate. So that's why I'm helping you because you may not have had the privilege to gain access to this high level toolkit that is very niche. And my group and network is pretty niche in the health and wellness space. So take this lesson as a really high value piece of content that will change your life for the better, never for the worse. Okay, so my goal, like for me personally, is to stay slim. So I practice staying in a 5, 6, 7 ratio on the scale, more so than less. For example, like 98% of the time. And that is what I recommend to my clients as well. So let's say you want to lose weight and you realize you want to work on portions. You might want to start using this scale so that you can identify what a 5 feels like, what a 6 feels like, what a 7 feels like, what a 8 feels like, what a 9 feels like, and a 10 feels like. So that you can know when you plate out your food or purchase something out, or if you have, you go out and you order a meal combo and you get a large drink versus a small drink versus if you're going out for whatever meal, a quarter portion, a half portion, a whole portion with a drink, without a drink. Try different variety combinations and see what feels good for you and your body and lean more into what feels good for you the most and go into that more consistently. That is what I coach and recommend. It is an intuitive principle because each human body is unique. Each human body has different sizes and shapes, and not everybody's stomachs are the same size. So it's very important that this lesson can be applied to you as an individual because not one size fits all, and that we know as nutritionists. So generic advice like eat less sugar and watch your calories would be great. And I respect everyone who gives such generic advice. And I agree. But this is next level. And I'm really grateful I get to share this with you. And I really hope you get a valuable takeaway because this is one of the things that changed my whole life and perspective. It's worked for many of my client transformations, and we love teaching and reteaching this principle over and over and over and over again. All right, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. This message really is something that is life-changing and transformative. If you do want to gain weight, though, I will just add briefly that you may have to increase on the 7 to 10 ratio because let's say that you need to add on calories to build like muscle mass. Like me personally, I'm content with my little muscles. I like a lean, cut, tight, small, slim body, but that's my preference. Your preference might be like, well, Annick, I want that, but I want bigger muscles and I want bulk and I want this and I want that. And that's totally fine. You're allowed to want what you want. But for me personally, I prefer my physique being a certain way. But let's say you want to gain muscle mass, I might recommend as your nutritionist and coach that you boost from 7 to 10 in your meals because you want to feel fuller and it will be uncomfortable, like extremely, I've heard many clients say, I do feel nauseous sometimes having to eat so much and having to go about doing it that way, but it's temporary until your stomach does stretch because the stomach could stretch or shrink depending on how you use the scale. You know what I mean? So if you want I also love this Dior lip gloss. Dior products are just the best. I know I'm not paid to say this, but I wouldn't mind being paid to say this because I would live on this. Like some people are like, what are you addicted to? And I'm like, oh, Dior. Just kidding. Kind of. But other than that, I feel like when you have a weight goal, you will have to feel somewhat uncomfortable. Whether that's eating a little less, which is uncomfortable, or eating more, which is uncomfortable. And that's the point we're gaining here, right? So yes, it's about calories. It's also about portions. It's also about being intuitive within your own physique so that you know what feels right and what doesn't. And lean more into this feels good, this feels right, or oh, feels not good, not uncomfortable. And you make decisions along that path. Okay, so thank you for sharing your time, space, and energy with me here today. I really am looking forward to more of this style of filming. And until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you know someone who's been struggling with their weight for way too long, please share this video with them. They probably need it more than you do. All right, till next time. All right, so that was fun. I really like that style of teaching because I can be here with you in my virtual office and then jump on to a teaching and then come right back here and chat with you in my office. So it's a nice flow, actually. I really enjoy that. And thanks to Zoom for allowing us to do this. I really invested a lot in Zoom during the pandemic. I love the platform, to be fair. I have tried other softwares that do this before, and so far Zoom is pretty consistent, and I love a consistent product as a consumer. All right. Bye.